We Americans have a reputation for liking things big. Big cars, big houses, big TVs, and of course, really big portions. But maybe things have gotten out of hand. Maybe we need to get wise to portion size.
You know how you see something all the time, you just kind of get used to it, and even though it isn't really right, it starts to seem normal?
Yeah, that's been happening with portion sizes. You know, how much they put on your plate in a restaurant, or how much food you serve yourself at home.
Over the past few decades, there's been a steady growth in the portions we've been served.
We're so used to seeing this,
That we no longer realize a normal serving size is actually this.
it sounds like it's time for a reset.
Did you know that the average restaurant meal is now four times larger than it was in the 1950s?
In fact, according to a recent study, 96% of entrees at chain restaurants exceed the dietary guidelines for sodium, fat, and saturated fat per meal.
All those additional calories are a huge problem for our waistlines. The average adult is now 26 pounds heavier than in the 50s.
Maybe not such a big surprise when you look at this. No wonder we have a hard time knowing when we're overdoing it.
Exactly. What's more, the larger portion sizes at restaurants have slowly changed our habits, so that we're eating more than we need at home too.
A study comparing eating habits today with the 1990s found that participants poured themselves 20% more cornflakes and 30% more milk today than 20 years ago.
My name is Carrie Gabriel. I'm a registered dietitian in Los Angeles, California. I think growing up, I didn't know a whole lot about nutrition, and I was always hungry, and I felt my weight fluctuate because I would binge because I was starved nutritionally for other things. And as I got older, I wanted to understand what foods were gonna make me feel best. I learned about eating whole foods and how much more filling and satisfying and how much better I felt. So portion size is essentially the recommended amount of food that one should eat in one sitting. Our portion sizes have become so distorted and so excessively large that it's good to understand and get back to what a real portion size should look like.
So maybe you're asking yourself, what's the big deal about bigger portions? Why is this a problem? Because it turns out what's really been supersized is us.
That's right, because with such inflated portion sizes, a single meal may contain an entire day's worth of calories. There's been a bunch of studies done on this, and what they show is a steady increase in portion sizes that add up to somewhere between 50 and 150 calories per meal. Sometimes more, a lot more.
I know what you're thinking. What's the harm in eating a few extra calories here and there? How bad can this possibly be?
One of the biggest problems of eating a few extra calories every day is that over time this is going to add up to major weight gain for many of us. Say you have your meal and you've got your vegetable, you've got some brown rice, you've got some chicken or lentils, and then you say, I'm going to have a cookie. Once in a while it's okay. But if you're doing that every day, you're looking at your average chocolate chip cookie, gonna be about 100 to 150 calories. If you look at that over the long term, eating an extra cookie 5 days a week, over a month is gonna run you probably around 3,000 calories, and over a year, around 36,000 calories. If you divide that into 3,500 calories, which is the amount that it takes to gain a pound, you're looking at about 10 extra pounds a year. That's definitely gonna add up over time.
Most of the time, we don't even think about it. We tend to eat whatever we're served. If somebody hands you a 24-ounce soda, you'll probably drink all 300 calories of it.
But you probably would have been just as happy with half that much. A 12-ounce can of soda for 155 calories.
Honestly though, no soda is probably the best choice.
The The problem with sugary drinks, like soda specifically, is that you're getting calories, but the calories are empty. It's just sugar in a can, and it has no nutritious purpose in our bodies whatsoever. But as far as the diet sodas, you're looking at no sugar, and so instead, to make them taste good, it's all these weird chemicals that your body doesn't recognize. So your body just kind of bloats and becomes more hungry in the long run, so it's really not good for you at all. Water is something that a lot of us don't drink enough of. It could be seltzer water, or you could get creative and buy, strawberries and cucumbers, lemons, limes, oranges, and slice them up. Put them in your water container and leave them in the fridge overnight, and in the morning you have a delicious spa water to drink that has a kind of fruity essence to it. Also, green tea is another good one.
It's easy to order a tub of popcorn at the movies. Supersized for value, right? Well, unbuttered, that's 1,650 calories. If you put butter on it, 6 tablespoons is another 610 calories.
But here's a reality check. A single serving is just 3 cups of unbuttered popcorn, 165 calories. Popcorn is whole grain too. It's actually not a bad snack, but you have to keep the portion size under control. Study after study confirms that people eat more when they are served food in larger containers. In a 2001 study, people in a movie theater were given free popcorn in either of 2 different sized buckets, medium or large. Most assured the researchers that the bucket size would not affect how much they ate. But guess what? Those given the large bucket size ate, on average, 53% more than those given the medium bucket.
And here's the kicker. It wasn't even good popcorn. It was stale, 5-day-old popcorn. But if somebody puts it in our hands, we eat it.
So, if everybody's shoving huge portions at us everywhere we go, what can we do about it?
We can get portion size wise and use a few tricks to resist overeating at restaurants. Whenever you see these words on a menu board or at a restaurant, beware. It's not so much about giving you a good value as it is marketing.
Think about it. The restaurant is not in business to give things away. They are selling you bigger sizes, way more than you need, because that's how they make more money.
Don't let them manipulate you. Here are a few tips. The first, of course, is to not order the supersized Colossal Deluxe value meal. Choose the smaller, healthier option.
If you can't do that, remember this. Just because they give you a big serving doesn't mean you have to eat it all.
Try splitting a big sandwich or burger with a friend.
Many sit-down restaurants are accommodating sensible-sized portions, more today than in the past. You do still see some places that charge you extra for an extra plate when you want to split something. But more and more, restaurants are happy to split a meal in the kitchen and serve it that way, if you ask.
If you can't do that, ask for a take-home box right away, so you can immediately put half your food away to take home for another meal later.
If you wait until the end of the meal, when everyone else is finished, you might find that you somehow ate the whole thing without really meaning to. A foot-long sub might be 900 calories. If you cut it in thirds, you have a reasonable 330-calorie sandwich.
Restaurants put a lot of food on the plate because that's what customers say they want. But a pasta dinner from your favorite restaurant might add up to 6 or more servings of grains.
And those huge steaks you sometimes see on the menu, price aside, a 12-ounce piece of meat is 3 ounces more than the recommended daily serving.
Consider not ordering an entree at all. Sometimes, an appetizer with a cup of soup or salad can be enough to eat. If you can't resist dessert, maybe order just one and ask for several forks and spoons so that everyone at the table can have a taste without overdoing it.
That's not new. You always steal my dessert.
A lot of us have gotten so used to having big portions when we eat out that we do the same thing at home without even thinking about it. We fill our plates on autopilot and eat it all, even if it's more than what we need.
So what can we do about it? Do we need to get food scales and measuring cups and stuff?
No, all we need is our hands. If you cup 2 hands together, you can hold about 1 cup of food. A serving of meat should fit in the palm of your hand.
1 cupped hand is a half a cup.
1 thumb is about an ounce of cheese.
1 thumb tip is about a teaspoon. And 3 thumb tips equals 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. You can use your own hands and the MyPlate chart to put together healthy, satisfying meals with portion sizes that are good for you.
So the key MyPlate messages are that half of your plate should be fruits and vegetables, typically more vegetables than fruit. And then the other half of your plate, a quarter should be whole grains, and then lean protein. And lean protein does not have to be meat. It can be beans and lentils, but lean chicken, turkey, and fish are also great. And then off to the side, there is the cup of dairy, and that can be, low-fat yogurt, low-fat cottage cheese, or it can be non-dairy sources like almonds and kale, which also have calcium. You might need a little bit more of them to get your calcium levels that you need, but those are also considered high in calcium.
Speaking of plates, did you know that we've been supersizing our plates too? In the early 1990s, the standard size of a plate increased from 10 to 12 inches. Bigger cups and bowls were also introduced.
So if you were filling your plate, you were suddenly eating larger portions, probably without even knowing it.
Dinner plates have gotten excessively large over the years, and now it's looking more like a salad plate is actually the size that a dinner plate should be. So I think that more often than not, when it comes to, portion sizes and mindless eating, we do rely on visual cues to tell us, when to stop eating. Like if you have a BLT, a bacon, lettuce, tomato, which tends to come in those little, triangles where there's 4 different sandwiches. You might know, hey, I only need 2 of those. And you might ask for a to-go box ahead of time, or share the dish with a friend, order a salad on the side, something that's going to be a little more, vitamin and mineral heavy and a little more fibrous, so that you don't binge or eat too much of the actual dish. If you notice at frozen yogurt shops, they only offer a large bowl or a very large bowl. They want you to fill up your bowl with as much yogurt and toppings as possible so that it weighs an excessive amount and you spend, $12 on a yogurt that you should have spent $3 on. I think it's just a caloric disaster. What could be 150, 200 calories is now, 600 and 700 calories. And people think it's healthy because it's non-fat, when in reality, you're getting a whole bunch of other stuff in there that you didn't bargain for. So when the average person sees a bowl that is full of a soup or even a salad, they will eat the whole thing and not pay attention to what their stomach says. And that's why it's important now to get back to using smaller plates and bowls so that we don't eat as much, or maybe taking that 15 or 20 minutes that it takes for our bodies to feel full and really think about what we're eating and enjoying our food, and not, mindlessly watching TV or being on the computer as we eat.
Here are some tips to help you eat the right size portions.
Use a smaller plate. If you use a smaller plate, a healthy sized portion will look bigger. It's a great way to fool your eye and not to overeat.
Slow down. Put your fork and spoon down in between every mouthful.
And chew thoroughly. This also helps you get the most nutrients out of what you eat, and it gives your stomach time to signal your brain that you've had enough, which makes it easier to follow our next tip.
Skip the second helping.
And serving in the kitchen helps too. If you don't put a big platter on the table, then you'll be less likely to take more food than what you really need.
This is a big one. Limit distractions. Don't eat while you're doing something else, like watching TV or driving. It's too easy to shovel in the chips without thinking about it. Sit down and really enjoy your food at the table.
Speaking of chips, you all know how easy it is to get into trouble with snacks. Food companies hire chemists to figure out how to make them so irresistible that we eat the whole package. So beware. Look at the label. See what they consider a serving size. If it's half the package, then you also need to realize that the whole package contains twice as many calories as is listed on the chart.
If you shop at a warehouse store, everything comes in huge bags, boxes, etc. A good idea is to portion things out into containers or snack bags so as to not overeat.
Always have fresh fruits and vegetables, not only on hand, but also in the refrigerator, clean, cut up, and ready to grab. Remember, adding dressings, sauces, dips, sugar, or frying is where we tend to run into trouble with fruits and vegetables.
One thing we haven't mentioned yet is that your size, age, activity level, and gender all affect how much you should eat to stay healthy. You need to know what portion size is right for you.
So the average calories needed for a teenage girl and a teenage boy are gonna vary. For a teenage boy, it's gonna be slightly higher. If they're active, it can go all the way up to 2,000 to 2,500, all the way up to over 3,000 calories a day for some teenage boys, depending on their activity levels. For teenage girls, the range is slightly lower, almost 2,500. So a little bit less for girls, but in general, it depends on your activity. And if you're an active person, you know, taking 3-mile runs a day or doing some kind of hour-long workout, you know, at school, that definitely can add on to your calorie needs. Activity is important for teenagers and adults alike because not only does it make you physically healthier and stronger, it also makes you mentally healthy and stronger. And you feel better about yourself. You tend to make better food choices because you know that more whole foods are going to make your body function better and you're going to be able to perform your activities a little bit stronger.
So it is possible to fight against all this supersized craziness. Remember, just because somebody puts a plate of food in front of you, doesn't mean you have to eat the whole thing.
Use the tricks we showed you. Use your hands and get wise to portion size.